guys, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. This video is in collaboration with a couple of my friends, so if you are new coming over from either Jessica or Joy's channel, hi, I'm so glad to have you. I do a lot of similar content to both Jessica and Joy. I do a lot of homemaking content, like cleaning motivation, as well as a lot of holistic health and recipes. I do a lot of plant-based meal ideas and recipes and things like that. I'm really into like natural remedies and holistic health and all of that good stuff. So if that is your jam, we're gonna get along just fine. So for the last month, my two friends, Joy and Jessica, as well as myself, have started on kind of a monthly challenge where we are doing something every month that gets us out of our comfort zone, that pushes us to stretch in some way, which is something I'm just so passionate about doing in general. I talk to you guys a lot about how I think it's so important to do things that challenge you and that get you out of your comfort zone on a regular basis. And so when they presented me with the idea of doing this challenge together, I was like, oh my gosh, yes, I love this. So we each did different challenges. I'm gonna be sharing what I did this month to challenge myself and kind of push myself outside of my comfort zone. And then my friends Joy and Jessica are each gonna share on their channel a little bit about what they did and their experiences. We're all three doing different things, so I will let them speak to what they're doing. You guys will have to watch their channels. They're so amazing. You will love them. Joy does a lot of organization content, so her channel name is Organized with Joy. She does all sorts of cleaning motivation, organization motivation. She definitely has an eye for interior design and organization. Her home is gorgeous. I just love her style, and I love like seeing her organization videos and how she incorporates like decor and organization very seamlessly, and it just looks so pretty. So I love her channel for that. And then my friend Jessica, I actually did a collaboration with her pretty recently, so if you guys haven't already found her channel through that, you'll have to definitely check her out. She again does a lot of similar content to me. She's a mom, and so she does like some mom content as well as just homemaking, healthy living. She's very much into holistic health and, you know, eating healthy and good recipes and all of that kind of stuff too. So if you like all of that, make sure you head over to her channel as well. I will link both of their videos in the description box below, and so you can go watch their videos after you're done watching mine. So for my challenge this month, I decided to challenge myself with going to a fitness class every week that was kind of Pilates focused. I have been a fitness instructor. I love fitness. I love to run. I love to lift weights. I love cycling, all that kind of stuff. But for some reason, Pilates based workouts and like boot camp style workouts are so challenging for me. They're so difficult, and I avoid them. Like I avoid going to classes that have like a Pilates based boot camp style because they're just so challenging for me, and I feel so like wimpy because I can't ever do it all. And I'm like, you know what? I just need to swallow my pride and go do this at least once a week and, you know, push myself a little bit, because I feel like sometimes I get into a little bit of a rut with fitness. You know, you get you lose motivation, you get tired of doing the things that you're doing, or you feel like you're, I don't know, not into it anymore. So I find that it's really helpful just to mix it up, at least for me. So going out and trying something new kind of re-sparks that motivation to keep yourself healthy, keep yourself moving, and it's really fun. And also you can learn some different ideas for different workouts you can do just by going to like a fitness class. So with that, I will roll the footage of my first day going to this boot camp. Sorry about my robot vacuum in the background, but my pre-workout nutrition today is a little banana oatmeal cookie. I made these a couple days ago. The recipe is so simple. It's literally just a ratio. You do 1 banana to a little less than 1 cup of oats, like 1 ripe banana, you mash it, and then stick the oats in there. Oops, I just dropped a chocolate chip. And then I like to add a little bit of coconut oil and maple syrup and some chocolate chips. You wouldn't necessarily have to if you don't want to. And then you bake it on 350 for 12 minutes. Bake it on 350 for 12 minutes. So they're a perfect little pre-workout snack, breakfast, midday snack, dessert, whatever. This is what I'm having to fuel my body for my workout. Ideally, I'd have 2 of them, but I only have 1 left. Well, if you can't tell by my beet red face, that was an incredible workout. Holy cow. According to my Apple Watch, I burned 500 calories in this hour-long workout, which is like insane. The instructor had us wear 8 pound, I think, ankle weights for the entire class for 60 minutes. Oh, it was a great workout. I am drenched in sweat right now, and I haven't worked that hard in a long time, so I'm really glad that I went. So as I'm sure I probably mentioned there, that first workout kicked my butt, like to the point where I didn't want to ever do it again. But I always try to remind myself, anytime you try something that's brand new as far as like a workout, and this is probably true for a lot of things when you try something new, it's always the hardest the first time. When your body's not used to it, even if you have like a base level of fitness from something else, if it's something brand new that your body isn't used to doing, it is so challenging for the first 1, 2, 3 times. It's usually like so much harder than it's going to be for the remainder of the time. So you kind of have to make yourself get over that first hump, and then it gets so much easier. So I try to remind myself about that whenever I try a new workout, and I'm like, oh my God, that was awful. Because usually if you stick through it and you get it done a couple times, whether that's going for a run or whether that's going to a fitness class like I went to or whatever it may be, once you get over those first few times that are really painful, it starts to become more doable. And yes, it's still challenging maybe, but it's not so awful. Good morning. I just woke up and I'm kind of out of it, to be honest with you. I just mixed a little hydration drink. This is just a little like packet. It's blueberry flavored, and it has like electrolytes and stuff to help boost hydration, and it just tastes amazing. So it makes it a little easier to drink water in the morning, because I have a hard time drinking water first thing in the morning, but I need to get some liquid in my body, because this class I'm going to this morning is like a very cardio focused class, so I know I'm going to sweat a lot. And I've got my little healthy energy drink here that I'll sip on to wake myself up. I need to grab something to eat really quick. Holy cow. If you can't tell by my ratchet appearance and bright red face, that was intense. This was more of a cardio focused workout, which actually is more like in my comfort zone, I feel, just because I'm like, I don't know, I'm used to doing cardio and that's more like my thing, but they still incorporated like a lot of ab work that was really difficult for me. And I mean, believe me, it was not easy for me. I'm like dying. But it was, in my opinion, a little bit easier than last week's, which was like brutal, like one of the hardest workouts I've done in a long time. Last week's was, I burned, according to my Apple Watch, I burned 398 calories this workout, so about 400. Last week I burned 500. Last week's class was also 15 minutes longer though, so that probably is part of the reason for that. Oh my gosh, my arm is getting so tired from holding this phone up, so I'm gonna let you go. My second class that I went to, like I said, was a slightly different class. It was a 45-minute one instead of an hour long, which I probably should have done that for my first class. That is a tip for you if you're gonna go to like your very first fitness class ever. Maybe try to find one, like if the studio that you're going to offers a few different options, maybe find one that's like 30 minutes or 45 minutes instead of like an hour or an hour and 15 minutes for your very first one, because when something's brand new, it's kind of a lot to do it for a whole hour. So anyway, I just accidentally kind of threw myself in the deep end, and you know, I survived. It was painful, but I survived. But the second one that was 45 minutes was so much more doable for me, since my body is still kind of like getting into the rhythm of doing this every week. That third workout was challenging, but I could tell I was starting to get over the hump where things were really, really painful and hard. The ab workouts in particular got a lot easier for me. I've never had a very strong core. That's something that is like a total weakness of mine that I am aware of, and it's so important to like your overall fitness to take care of your core strength, because all of your balance and everything comes from there, and it can prevent injury if you are well balanced through your core, and that includes your abdominals and your obliques, as well as your like lower back muscles and all of that. So I was really grateful that they spent a lot of time on core workouts in this particular workout that I went to. It was very challenging, but I could tell it's getting a little bit easier for me. And that's really the goal of like trying something new like this and pushing yourself, is that you'll actually see a little bit of, you know, a change or an improvement, right? So I was really grateful that I'm starting to see that change, because honestly, I would not have pushed myself to do those kind of ab workouts on my own. It's so much harder to push yourself to do that kind of thing when you're just by yourself in the gym or whatever, versus when you're at an actual group fitness class. I wanted to encourage you, if you have never been to a fitness class, or it's been a long time or whatever, and it's kind of nerve-wracking for you to go there, girl, same. I literally have been a indoor cycling instructor. I taught spin classes for over a year, and I still get nervous going to a group fitness class because you just never know what to expect or how hard it's gonna be, and you feel like you don't want to be the only person that can't do it all or whatever. But I want to remind you, literally no one else in the class is paying attention to what you're doing. They are doing the same thing that you're doing, which is looking at themselves, worrying about themselves, thinking about how tired they are or how they look in the mirror, or how the color of their top maybe doesn't quite match the color of their bottoms and they thought it did, but now that they're looking at themselves in the mirror at this workout, maybe it doesn't. Or they're thinking about like, oh, their mat got a little twisted and whatever. That's what everyone else in the room is thinking about. They're not thinking about what you're doing, okay? They're thinking about themselves and their workout and their little world that they're in, not you. So there's no reason to feel insecure because you can't do it all your very first time or whatever, because literally no one cares. And let me tell you this too, as someone who has been a group fitness instructor, your instructor isn't really worried about what you are doing and aren't doing as well. They want you to do it safely and to use good form, and they'll instruct the whole class on that kind of thing. But your instructor has a million things going through their mind too. They're worrying about what the next exercise is gonna be, timing it right to the music. They're thinking about, oh, did we get the same number of pulses on the right side versus the left side? Oh, is that music too loud? This song is a little quiet. I need to go turn it up. My microphone is getting really like wet from my sweat. I need to switch out the thing. That's what's going through your instructor's mind. They're not worried if you have to stop and like take a drink of water during one of the exercises. Like I said, it's their job to make sure you're using proper form and you're staying safe. So they are going to pay attention to that. But a good instructor is not going to call you out in front of the class or anything like that. They're just gonna, if they notice a couple people are getting sloppy with their squats, for example, they might cue to the whole class, like, make sure your knees are behind your toes and your glutes are, you squeeze your glutes at the top of the movement or whatever. They might cue things like that for everybody, but they're not necessarily, they're not going to call you out. At least any good instructor isn't going to do that, because your instructor also cares what you think about them. They want you to like their class and they want you to have a good workout, have a good time so that you come back, right? So there's no need to like be afraid of them or feel insecure, like, oh, they're gonna think I'm so weak. No, they're not worried about that. They're happy that you're there. So don't feel insecure or afraid to go to a group fitness class. It's okay if you're nervous. Like I said, I get nervous pretty much every time I go because I'm always like, oh, this is gonna be hard and I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do it all, and what if I mess up, whatever. But it's fine. Just go anyway. It's okay to be scared. Just go scared. You know what I mean? And just do it anyway. So I've gone 3 times so far. I've just been going once a week as my Friday workout has been going to this class, and it's been so much fun. I think I'm gonna keep it up because it's such a great workout and it kind of gets me out of my normal routine and my normal rut, and just gives me at least one workout in the week that I know is going to be a very good solid workout that's gonna get me stronger and feeling really great. So I've come to love this as like my Friday thing to kind of end off the week with a bang. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I hope it gave you some encouragement to go out and try something new. Maybe try a group fitness class for the first time if you haven't done that before, or take one if it's been a while, to just kind of like get yourself out of your comfort zone, get yourself fit and moving. And make sure you check out Joy and Jessica's videos down in the description box below. You guys will love them so much. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like this video and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you again in the next one. Bye.